Hi guys. So I didn't get to make a video that I wanted to make yesterday because it was chaos. And Dad's not here right now. And it's, dare I say, the Q word here. So I wanted to come on here and just tell you a little Joe story. So, collecting my thoughts. We lived in Four Winds in O'Fallon, Missouri. And I was going to Fort Zumwalt High School. I'm not going to tell you which one. And I was talking on Yahoo chat rooms. Back in the day, they had chat room group things. And I was in graveyard number 2. And I had met this guy who talked to me, paid attention to me. A little backstory. My mom and dad at the time, I'm going to high school. Most of my family, we all live kind of in the same neighborhood, street. At the time, my house situation was, I lived there, my brother, my mom, my dad's parents, a guy named Mike that was a caregiver for my grandparents, but my mom and dad also did. My uncle lived across the street, and he eventually moved, and then my cousin just stayed there. And so then I'm going to school. I'm just in 9th grade. And it was like the summer before I met this guy. And chaos in the house. My grandparents need elderly care help because they're older. They have mobility issues. And me being the person that I was at the time, I felt like my parents and everybody around me was ignoring me and not paying attention. And poor pitiful Joe, right? I didn't know how to communicate properly then. I didn't know what I was doing. So I met this guy, and then I told my parents before school started that year of 9th grade that I had met him. He had lived in Illinois, and that he was going to come to Missouri to see me. And it was very serious. Like, he's coming to see me. And my parents like, yeah, whatever. He can come, because they didn't think he would. They doubted it. They doubted it highly. And so then I didn't hear nothing for a while. He was collecting money. Again, I'm in high school, starting 9th grade. He was older than me, obviously. And I told them that he was coming. And my parents didn't believe me, and then he showed up. And then for 2 weeks, I went to school at Fort Zumwalt while he lived with my cousin across the street. And him and I, hanging out, trying to go to school, trying to do stuff. He lived with my cousin for a while. He got a job, make more money. And then, I don't know, there was some event or catalyst, I can't remember what it was, that made us want to leave. So we did. My mom and I marched into the high school together. The resource officer met with us, and we went to the office. And the second week of 9th grade, my parents signed me out and let me go. And I think that hindsight that they only did that because they knew I was going to leave whether they wanted me to or not, and to protect them as parents because I'm supposed to go to school, and they would get in legal ramifications for it. They signed me out. I was leaving anyway. I didn't care. So then I packed up all my stuff and I left, and I went with him, and we were there for a while, and I was partying, and I was living the good life, right? Sleep when I want, eat what I want, do what I want, party. At the time we were playing like Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons and a bunch of weird, random, what we did at the time. And I don't know. But at some point, and I say some point because I don't remember, because I was doing things that at my age I should have known at least what day it was, or even what month or week it was. I really didn't. I was messed up. Anyhow, so his mom picked me up and took me to the free clinic at the health department and was trying to get me on birth control. And when you always have to get a pregnancy test because I wasn't before, and whenever they did the test, they came back and they were like, you guys cannot get birth control. You're pregnant. And so that started a whole slew of things. And I'm going to stop now. It's almost 8 minutes. And I'll do a part 2 coming up. But that's how all my trouble started.